Hey everyone, it's Mojaxx back in the DJcity UK lab. Today we have a quick review for you on an affordable 2-channel battle mixer from the new brand on the block. It's the Mixars CUT. Let's get to it. For such a young company, Mixars have already made rather a big impression on the industry. We've already reviewed and liked their Serato DJ enabled Duo mixer and LTA turntable, but they haven't neglected the more budget end of things in their range either. The CUT is pretty affordable at a street price of around about $250, although the build quality feels anything but cheap. The all-metal construction of the mixer body is super solid, and although the pots are plastic, there's really nothing in the hardware which doesn't inspire full confidence. It's an all-analog signal path, and the sound quality is great for the price, nice and clean. You have 2 channels, both with dedicated line inputs, and a second switchable line/phono input, with separate grounding posts. There's also a dedicated mic channel with 2 band EQ and an on-off switch, plus a combo XLR and jack input socket, which I always like to see. Another thing I'm always happy about is the presence of a built-in power supply with a regular IEC connector, definitely preferable to an external wall wart. Queuing is taken care of with small and large jack sockets, a knob to fade between the 2 channels, and the all-important master Q switch for those late-night cut sessions in headphones. The lack of split Q may be an issue for some, but doesn't really feel like an essential on a mixer aimed primarily at the bedroom. The lack of a booth output also points to that intended use, although having balanced XLR master outputs on the CUT does mean it could be taken out to use on a professional sound system if you need to. It's good to see RCA connections for both the master and a separate record output too. In terms of faders, the up faders themselves are nothing much to write home about, being standard faders with a fixed gradual fade curve, but the crossfader is the ever-reliable mini inner fader with a continuous curve control and a reverse switch. This means the CUT is certainly a suitable candidate for the budget-minded scratch DJ, as well as for regular mixing and blending styles. Speaking of blending, for me the biggest highlight of the CUT is the EQ section. The 3-band EQ on each channel is not full kill, only cutting down to -26 dB, but the frequency cutoff points and resonance on there are crazily aggressive. If you take out all the mid-range, for example, the track almost sounds like it's underwater. I'm sure some DJs wouldn't get on with this, preferring a smoother, more refined sound from their EQs, but from my perspective it really opens up the CUT to be used in a very performance-led way, completely chopping the sound to bits. It's just a lot of fun to play with and makes the lack of any filters on the mixer seem like less of an omission. Overall, the CUT has really impressed me, certainly for its budget price. We've had it in the lab for a few months now, and in that time this hardy little machine has been the go-to mixer when we need to rig up something simple for testing or just listening to some records. It may lack the bells and whistles of its more expensive stablemates, but sometimes simple is all you need. So there you go, my take on the Mixars CUT. You know, this whole segment of the market, the affordable standalone mixer, has really taken a beating in recent years as controllers have come along and steamrolled the entire budget end of the DJ market, just wiped it out. However, things are changing. People are getting more and more into buying real vinyl. We're seeing more and more budget turntables come along each year, and so there is always going to be a place for a product like this, a decent, high quality standalone mixer, because that's what you're getting here. You're getting $250 worth of mixer, and that is a lot in this case. You've got a great crossfader, the mini inner fader always does the job. The build quality, really solid. The sound quality is good. You've got enough inputs and outputs for all of your stuff that you could need, and you've got the balanced outputs as well. If you need to take it out to a gig somewhere, you can do that as well. I love the EQs. They're so aggressive, but for me, that's a pleasure. It's a joy to actually get hands-on with those EQs and really work them, because they do have such a big impact on the sound, and that's quite unusual in a lower end mixer like this. It's something you generally find in, you know, rotary isolators and stuff, but for me, yeah, I love the EQs on this. Absolutely superb. So overall, yeah, it's an easy recommend. You know, it's a solid, good quality product at an affordable price. Can't ask for much more than that. Thank you for watching today. Make sure you subscribe for all our future tips, tricks and product reviews. I'll see you soon.